Is this thing working? I said a black screen.
That's working. Is it on?
Just want to make a video.
There it goes. Okay, let's go. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I'm going to be doing a little something different. As you guys might be aware, I've been spending a lot of time up in the mountains the last couple months at a couple different ski resorts out here in Colorado, Utah, and New Mexico. And over the course of that time, I picked up a couple different pieces of gear this year that I thought I'd share with you guys. So with that, I just want to make you guys a list of the top 5 new pieces of gear that I kind of picked up over this year that have really benefited me, and I thought maybe you would benefit from it as well. This isn't by far like my entire gear setup. I can do that in a different video if you guys like this one, but I thought I would just give you guys a few pieces of gear that I thought really benefited me this year, and I thought I could do the same as well. So the first piece of gear I want to talk about today is gloves. I picked up this pair of Leki gloves this last year, and they've been a really big game changer for me. I used to actually have this pair of FLYLOWs, and I mainly wore them because I saw a bunch of people on YouTube videos wearing them, whether it be skiing or snowboarding, and I just thought it was a really popular glove to have. And they're really cheap. I can't remember what they retail for, but I'll actually link that right up here. They worked out really well right away. A couple spring season days or warmer days, they're fine. But on the colder days, my fingers just couldn't take it. There would even be some days where I would even have a thicker base layer in the middle of these, but my fingers would just get so frozen. So they just wouldn't work for me. So I actually went out and picked up these pair of Lekis, like I said, and they've been awesome. So it's a mitten glove, so it's different than the finger gloves that you'd traditionally get. But I've noticed, for me at least, that the mitten gloves are a lot more warm, and I like that I can kind of move my hands around on the inside if I'm kind of struggling as far as staying warm. Even in this pair of gloves, I used to wear a base layer, like I said, with the FLYLOWs. But with these, I can just go bare hands in them and they're just fine. They retail for about 120 bucks, but I went to Sierra Trading Post and I actually got them for about $75. So I thought that was a good deal. And then also, a no-brainer, I put on these Swanee leashes on here. If you guys have ever been on a ski lift and taken your gloves off without leashes on, it can be pretty scary. And I know I've actually lost a few pair of gloves in the past for that reason. So leashes, 10 bucks, that's an easy investment. So the next thing on the list is pretty much going to go in that base layer category, bottoms and tops. So this is the leggings I picked up this year. So for the longest time, I had a pair of Patagonia leggings that worked really well, but they were a little bit thinner than what I wanted. And actually, I went to Uniqlo with these are the Heat Tech Ultra Warm pair of leggings that they have. They also have just a regular warm pair of leggings, and then they have a medium pair. So for every single base layer set you see, whether it's leggings, gloves, long sleeves, t-shirts, they have 3 different settings as far as levels of warmness go in their clothing. So you can get a thin pair of their warm wear that's going to be better for maybe a windy day or something like that, all the way up to their ultra like these, which are going to be really thick. This is my main pair of leggings that I wear underneath my ski pants, and all day these keep me really warm. This pair of leggings has been the favorite pair of leggings that I've had on the ski resorts by far. I've used Salomon, 2XU, a bunch of trail running stuff that I use for winter running that I use for skiing, but I found that these are actually the most comfortable and they're actually the most cost benefit. They're only 15 bucks at Uniqlo, and I think I even got this pair for $8. So definitely worth checking out. And then also to go with that, this is my long sleeve base layer from Uniqlo. So it's not their ultra warm wear. I kind of want to get something just a little bit thinner for the top, because if you're going to be wearing a jacket and then along with those leggings, it can actually get really warm even on a day where it's 10 degrees overcast. So the next piece of gear that I'm going to go over is actually my Obermeyer jacket. This one is the Fusion Stretch series, and I don't know what it retails for actually, because what I actually did was I went to a secondhand store up in Boulder, Colorado. But this jacket I got for 75 bucks, and it is awesome. For how it fits and just the contour of everything and all the pockets that align with it, it's been a really good jacket so far. Last year, I wore this REI green Gore-Tex jacket that was more of a shell. And I tried to layer it a lot with my down jacket and a couple other layers that weren't the Uniqlo, and I would still be freezing. So I just kind of splurged when I found this. It was 75 bucks, like I said, so it was a really big steal, and it was brand new. It even has the Rico software in it, so if you're backcountry skiing, it's a really good thing to have. So one of the things I really like about this jacket actually is the inside pockets. So there's 2 elastic bands in here that have really deep pockets inside. And most of the times I'll just put extra spare things in here, like bars, nutrition, whatever. But then in this little pocket up here, I actually have a little case that I'll put my GoPro batteries in. So while I'm riding, my GoPro batteries stay warm and they're actually just a little bit better to film with and they won't die as quickly. Anyway, the next thing on my list is actually going to be a thing that's inside the jacket itself. So on my left breast pocket, it's clipped in here, but this thing right here is called the Koala. And pretty much what the Koala does is it goes around any smartphone using these little bands on the ends. And then that way it'll be kind of attached to your pocket the entire time. So Hangtime, the company that makes Koala, actually reached out to me. They gave me 2 of these, so I gave one to my girlfriend as well. And they've been really nice to use. They don't take up a whole lot of space in your pocket itself. And because it's really well made, you don't have to use it for just skiing either. You could use it for like wakeboarding, mountain biking, trail running, hiking. So it just really fits the bill in a lot of different things that I'm going to use for this year. So this is the one thing that I do have that is an affiliated product. So if you actually go into the comments down below, I'll leave you a link. If you actually use the code EXPLORER2021, you can use that code to get 20% off your order today. Check that out, you guys, koalahangtime.com. And yeah, it's just something that I've been using on the day-to-day for skiing this year, and also the girlfriend's been using too, so we've been really enjoying that as well. So the last thing I want to talk about is one thing I bought for my girlfriend and I for Christmas this year. These are walkie-talkies from Cobra. These are the ACXT645 series. Can't believe I remember that. But anyway, these walkie-talkies have been really nice to have, especially like I said, when we go into tree runs or anywhere like in deep powder on resorts. But if anything were to happen, like say if anyone were to fall into a tree well, or even just get broken up from their group and you have to meet at a certain place to kind of meet up again, these walkie-talkies have been really awesome because sometimes you need to just get to each other on a pinch, and if it's an emergency, I would really like that extra 10 seconds of just time to call. We can easily use these to contact each other, which I said is a big plus. These walkie-talkies actually weren't even that expensive. I thought I was going to be paying over like $200 for this set, but they were $80 on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below. There's a big button on the side that you can use, and it's pretty easy even if you have mittens on. It's not too hard to use when you're on the mountain. It also comes with 10 different radio stations, so if you're anywhere around the country or even anywhere in Europe, you can get those radio notifications for different weather that's coming up. And I mentioned Europe actually because the girlfriend and I, we like to go there. We like to go to like France, Switzerland, and Italy to ski. And so if we're going over there, these are actually regulated for Europe. So you can actually use these on certain regulated channels all across Europe. So if you're at a ski resort in France, Switzerland, Italy, like I said, and you get lost and let's just say you don't have cell service because you didn't get an international plan with your phone when you went over there, you can just get a pair of walkie-talkies, and that way you can kind of talk to each other even when you're on the town, or maybe like go into a coffee shop, or you just get lost in a crowd when you're on vacation. It's kind of nice to have, and I think when we go back over there this next August to go to the Dolomites in Italy, that I'll actually bring these with us. I'm not too sure how actually far I can get in the mountains with these as far as range. It says 32 miles like for their total range or the longest distance you can get, but that's kind of like in a really wide open area. In a city, it's more like 10 miles. And then I think up in the mountains, people were kind of looking at online, people were reviewing it saying they could get 2 to 5 miles. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for us today. That was my top 5 ski gear reviews for this year. Like I said, that wasn't everything that I have on a daily basis. If you guys want to see that in the near future, give me a comment down below, and I will be glad to go through all the gear and like things that I put together for my ski days. Even some of my filming stuff on a day-to-day basis with my GoPro and just the other gear that I bring up to the ski resort. So if you guys want to see something like that, comment down below. But I hope you guys found something on this list that you can definitely add to your list for this year or even next year. If you have any questions or comments, definitely get at me in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys and answer any questions. I will also be linking everything that I told you about today down below, so if you guys needed a little spot to go to, I will leave those in the remarks. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, consider subscribing to the channel. But I just want to thank you guys again so much for watching this video, and have a great rest of your day.